Darvin, just want to start with your impressions of AD in his first action back.
I thought he looked good. You could tell, a few possessions, a little timing issue or whatnot, but overall, great. A+. He just makes the game look so easy. He takes so much pressure off us defensively, offensively. You can go to him. He score all three levels. Just really being aggressive and re-submerging himself into the system, into the game action. And I thought it was a great productive. Went over by 1 minute, so I didn't go too crazy. But I thought he was phenomenal.
Yeah, that 11-0 run to kind of put things away. Pretty tight game up until that point. Just wondered how you're trying to figure out the rotations with AD off the bench and getting Rui some minutes and figuring out who else is going to play. How did that go for you?
Yeah, I thought it was great. It's obviously my staff, they helped the hell out of me, man. It's just, I'm so fortunate to have such a great staff. And so we were all just trying to figure out ways, we can mix and match. And, my hat's off to my guys that, have been playing a lot. A few Winyan, Juan, a couple DNPs. Well, they got in there at the end, but just their energy, their spirit on the sidelines, even though they didn't play, that's what we need. That's the type of culture we need to reestablish here. But, we just wanted to get guys in there, and we knew, AD just now coming back, Rui being new, just had to work through some kinks. But for the most part, I thought AD was great, Rui was great, and, once we settled into the game, we just different guys had different runs, Brian obviously, but defensively, we were excellent defensively, just giving multiple efforts. Holding them one shot, keeping the ball in bounds so that we can run out in transition. And Russ, with his penetrating, had a couple of huge finishes at the rim. The Rui, he was able to get some stuff done on that end of the floor, and it was just a good team win.
Darvin, as LeBron approaches Kareem's record, one of the consistent points that other coaches always say is he's not even a scorer, right? That he's a passer first.
Who said that?
Everybody. that is a.
They just hating.
I think we've heard that.
They hating on you, Six.
You're gonna get me in trouble now on the internet. But Darvin, does getting AD back, adding an offensive player like Rui, he had 11 assists tonight. I think tied a season high. Does that unlock more of that part of his game than I think the scoring punch that he felt he had to carry these past 20?
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. People say he's not a scorer. He's an elite level scorer, and hopefully that'll sink in once he eclipses that record. But his main objective is to set the table for his teammates, and he's always been a guy that prides himself in that on playing the right way. And, the 11 assists tonight speaks for that. And, again, the more capable bodies that we put out around him, he's not going to force the issue. He's not selfish. When he has it going, he's going to be aggressive and assertive to the rim to score. But in general, he's a guy that's going to set the table, put his teammates in a position to succeed. And like I said, getting A back, bringing in Rui, here shortly we'll get Lonnie and Austin back. You give him all those weapons around him, Russ, Dennis, Pat, even Max, he's going to make sure that he gives them confidence by giving them opportunities with the ball, making plays for them as well as himself. So I just think it's great because it takes a lot of pressure off of him. He's felt like, he has, and he's had to carry the load for us with, in the midst of all these injuries. So, hopefully now he can settle in and really reestablish himself, exploring all facets of the game, which, his assists and rebounds have been up this entire time. So, but it's good to have some help around him.
Darvin, there was a couple of moments that AD had I wanted to ask you about. First, in the second quarter, his second stint, he seemed to find his rhythm. And what were you seeing out of him? When did you know that, okay, he's starting to feel familiar out there?
Well, just, he wasn't pressing as much. And I thought the guys early on was pressing to get him the ball, to try to get him a score. And we just told him, just play basketball. The ball finds energy. And just as long as we stay disciplined with our running habits, as long as we spaced the right way, we set screens, we move the ball, he's going to be the AD that we all know and love. And I just think that second stint, he just settled down, took the pressure off himself, and just played basketball, just played within the realm of the system. And defensively, I thought that sparked him. You just saw him, what he in with, 4 block shots tonight? You just saw him get real aggressive defensively. And I mean, that was huge. The way he protects the rim, his multiple efforts, second and third jumps off the floor. And you could just see the confidence in him and him being able to play, pain-free once again.
And the other moment, at the end of the third quarter, Collins gets called for a flagrant foul for taking away his landing area, and the entire arena seemed to hold its
Gasp.
breath.
I heard that too. I almost fainted, by the way.
I mean, did you have a moment of concern there?
Oh, hell yeah. That's a dangerous play. You know what I mean? That play has cost a lot of people a lot of opportunities, in past recent years. And to see him jump up, bounce up, a big fella, you good? He said, I'm all right. I'm okay. So that was a huge relief to see him, overcome that unfortunate play.
Hey, Darvin. I don't know if this is still fluid, but do you have any initial gauge of how many games he's going to have the minute restriction and coming off the bench and all that?
For the foreseeable future, that being a week or so, could be longer. We'll see how it goes. We'll play it day to day, see how he feels tomorrow. Tomorrow's an off day, so Friday morning. But he'll still come in and get looked at and make sure, everything is hitting on all cylinders.
Darvin, I think obviously the hope for Rui is he sort of evolves into a 3-and-D guy for you guys, but seeing his blend and transition, a couple baskets from Bron, a transition 3, does that a pretty early sign for you that he's going to fit in with this group?
Absolutely, because he doesn't force anything. The kid plays the right way. He's another one that's able to score at 3 levels, whether it's catch and shoot 3, post up. I called his number a couple of times to get him the ball in the post. He's got a good mid-range game, and when he goes to the rim, he goes hard. As you saw on the one play he tried to dunk, he drew the foul call. So, and his activity on the offensive glass. But Rui is a kid. He's just playing out there to play the right way, and just watching him over the years, he's a seamless fit. He's gonna go and he's not going to try to run, into anyone else's space. If they're looking for an opportunity to score, if the play call is for them, he's just going to space out the right way, slash when he needs to slash, and just play within himself. And I think he's going to be a huge asset for us for the rest of the year.
Thanks, Coach.